My goodness, to be honest with you, I don't really know where to. I've got lots of different questions. I don't really know where to start, to be honest with you. I'm a bit shocked that you haven't come today in front of us with some of the information that we've been asking for. But I've got one question I'll just start off with, just for clarity. So I'll take you back to the question that was raised by the chair about the situation you had in Manchester that was on BBC News. So that didn't cross your desk, Mr. King?
So it would have crossed my desk. I'm absolutely sure it would have crossed my desk. My team would have dealt with it, as much as other questions do and other issues do come across my desk. So we have issues elsewhere in the country as well that we will be aware of, and we'll make sure the right people are working on it.
Absolutely. So sure, did it or did it not? I mean, this is a significant issue that's been on national news across the country. That's obviously negative for your company. Sure, it crossed your desk, isn't it? Did it or did it not cross your desk?
It would have crossed my desk as much as any other issue, because if there are issues like a lift or a resident or whatever the issue is, it will come through the correct channels in the business, and I will know whether we're dealing with it or not. Do I know intimately every single issue that is out there? I can't possibly know that.
No, that's not what I'm asking. I'm asking a specific issue has happened that's made national media in the United Kingdom about your company. Did it cross your desk or not? I'm not asking about every specific issue we've raised today or every specific issue your company faces. This is an example of where it's made national media.
So again, yes, it would have done. It would have come across my desk as much as others come across my desk as well. So if there's an issue or it's reported in the press, or it doesn't have to be in the national news, if there's a serious issue at one of our developments anywhere in the country, from Scotland all the way down to Cornwall, that will more than likely come across my desk, whether it's in the news or not. It's not a de facto or deciding factor if it's in the news or not. It's still a resident, even if it doesn't make the news. That will still come to me. I'll make sure the right team is dealing with it. Now, on those 6,000 developments and 350,000 homes that we manage, do I know everything every single day? I can't possibly know all the different details, which is why I will look into that specifically and come back, because they can be complex issues. But if there is an issue nationally that we're dealing with, we'll then speak to them.
I don't want you to take my time, because you're not filling me with confidence that you even know about that, and that's shocking considering you're in charge of the organisation that made national news. One of my other colleagues asked you a question, and you both gave percentages, which doesn't really mean anything to people listening in or watching. How much in real terms, as in terms of cash, so £10, £20, £100, did service charge go up on average last year? Not a percentage, you both gave a percentage earlier. How much in cash are we talking?
It's a very difficult question to answer, and Andrew may know more because he's done.
Hang on a minute. One second. You've come in front of a select committee of members of Parliament. Yep. You have significant issues, both of you, with your organisations. I haven't found one person that's happy with either of you across all of the properties that are managed in my constituency. And you cannot tell us, in monetary terms, how much service charges, on average, went up in your organisations last year. So were you briefed before you came here today?
Thank you. So service charges differ depending on the development that we manage. And it's the same for Rendall and Rittner, that a service charge is for the particular services for a particular development. So depending on what is happening on that, and there have been some large rises, Andrew mentioned earlier, a 70% increase in utility bills. Now, that's something that will happen across the board and across the portfolio. But I think my answer is certainly we'll look in to see what that average across the portfolio is for you and come back to you on that.
So when you have your board meetings, no one presents you with an average figure. No one says, out of all of the properties we've managed this year, on average, service charges have gone up £100. I mean, that's nonsense. Are you actually hearing the answers you're giving us?
We do look at it's usually how it's usually quoted to us is usually in percentage terms because of the variance in scale of service charge budgets. I'm more than happy to share that information with you.
The reason we asked is, again, going back to my earlier comment in terms of being briefed to attend and appear before this committee. My understanding is that your teams were asked in terms of the average service charge increase. Again, for a number of our residents and other residents and leaseholders and watching, a number of them will be receiving their new bills in the next few months.
Yes.
So it's really important that we see, on average, how much those costs are going up by. We fully appreciate there'll be additional costs, inflationary costs, some of the services you're providing, but to get a better picture of whether or not they are receiving value for money, we do need to see some of that detailed information.
I completely agree, and as I mentioned earlier, we looked at the subset of the 350 clients that we reported to you previously on, and we looked at the impact of, in particular for preparation of coming here today, we looked at the impact of the 2006 budgets that had been agreed. And for the 5-year period, we had seen an increase of 40%, which was compared to 42% for the previous 5-year period. And for the December budgets that we looked at in that subset, we'd seen a decrease of 1.3%.
I'm not going to get any answer out of you two. I think it's very disappointing, the fact you've come here really unprepared. But Andrew, lots of people join up to the property industry. Do you just take any one of these companies, or do you do actually any checks that any of them are any good?
We have 2 classes of membership. We have individual membership and we have company membership. And if you're referring to the company membership, we carry out a number of checks in terms of, do they have PI? Do they operate client accounts? Are those client accounts operated correctly in terms of name and where they're held? Are they trust accounts? So we carry out a number of due diligence checks, yes.
So have you ever turned anyone down from joining?
Yes, we have. Absolutely, we have, yes.
And what would they have to do to be turned down from joining?
We have suspended members as well in the past, correct?
We have suspended members in the past, and it could be for client account irregularities, for example.
But not like customer satisfaction or anything to do with service charges or anything like that at all?
I can think of one case where we not suspended a firm, where we removed a firm from membership, where there were poor behaviours. I shouldn't speak to an individual case, actually, because I can't remember the details. It was a little while ago. But yes, we have expelled members, and we have declined members from entry.